Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 861C-28. This is a cylinder collar is what it is, and cylinder collars are pretty typical pieces of equipment when it comes to installing cylinders. The role that they play is to simply fill the space from the face of the door or the trim or whatever you're attaching the cylinder to, an alarm, a key switch, panic device, mortise lock, door, to the underside of the head of the cylinder. Now the 861C, and the C is the important part, that means that this is 3/32 of an inch thick, so 0.96. My caliper tells me yeah, I mean, nominally off, but yes. 0.96, okay? So 3/32 of an inch. Very typical and common when you need to fill in that space. Why would you need this cylinder collar? Well, because you don't have every fractional possible length of mortise cylinder. If you're installing a cylinder down onto an aluminum storefront door, and let's say you're working with a 1-inch cylinder, well, that cylinder is automatically too long, so you need something to build it off. You know, generally, you'd want a cylinder that would be no more than 15/16 or even shorter than that. You know, I like to go to the center of the thickness of the door and then deduct 1/8 of an inch out of there as a maximum, when I divide that number in two, maximum length for cylinders. I don't want them hitting. I want them close, but not touching. So a cylinder collar is going to be important to do that. This client literally has this client has a 76 millimeter door, so 3-inch, okay, and we're doing an Adams right lock, okay, very typical. Kaba Ilco makes aluminum storefront, but we're doing an Adams right lock. We're doing a 1-inch mortise cylinder from Kaba Ilco. We're doing a 2-inch cylinder. This happens to be a Baldwin cylinder because that's what we can get our hands on immediately to ship to the client. So we've got nominally 3-inch worth of cylinder, right? Well, that's too much because the door is 76 millimeter. It's just 0.2 of a millimeter short of 3-inch. So what do we need? A couple of cylinder collars. This one will go on the one side of the door. The 861F, which is a thicker cylinder collar, will go on the opposite side of the door. So you use cylinder collars to solve the problems of length of cylinder, thickness of door, and also if you're keeping score, so to speak, you might say, well, wait a minute, 3-inch, the 76 millimeter door, why do you have a 2-inch and a 1-inch? Well, obviously because we're not centering the lock in the thickness of the door. So that would be the other kind of variable that you contend with, where you need to play with cylinder length, where you're positioning the lock, and then the thickness of the door. Okay, and that's what got us to this 3/32 of an inch version right here. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of other dimensional properties. And by the way, the 2/8 means clear aluminum. It's not only made of aluminum, but it's in a clear aluminum finish. This is going to have an outside diameter of 1.397. It'll have an inside diameter of 1.178. 1.178 is the inside diameter. This, of course, is available in other finishes. Satin chrome, satin bronze, black, Duracolor brown, you know, things of that nature. It'll match what you're working on. So that's where this is at. Now the -10 in the part number also means that when you order it from the factory is going to ship these in bags of 10. So as a distributor, we would be obligated to purchase in that quantity. You can buy any quantity, of course, that you like on this material. Okay, let's switch to the screen view where we can take a look at a table that we've built for this item. Okay, so this is the item that we are looking at here. That table that I mentioned just now down below is here. And what's nice about this is it will allow you to review the other cylinder collars, and in particular, their thickness. Okay. 861C, those are up here. Material, thickness, video review. If we have a video review, it will be posted in this column here as well. Okay. Different thicknesses. Now you can also view them in the thickness column here, but you can also up here click on solid, and then in the upper left hand area you can refine by thickness. So we're dealing with 3/32, and then you can refine by finish. We're dealing with 28 finish, and then there's your collar. Okay, back to where we started. Technical drawing is here. Now this is just I wouldn't say it's an internal document. It certainly is a document that's not published necessarily. It's just a dimensional drawing of many, many items from this manufacturer. Okay, it doesn't really give you too much information. If you for some reason needed to drill in deep into the dimensional property, what you will notice that there is a very small chamfer here, and that is indeed on the cylinder collar. It's difficult to see. You know, it's impossible really to see on the camera, but there is a tiny chamfer there. Okay, so it's a pretty handy document in that regard. There's a link here to the manufacturer's page. From there, you can pull up many other handy documents as well, such as the brass cylinder manual. That's very handy. Been having trouble with Chrome today. 861C, you can do a find function on your keyboard and pull up where that occurs in the catalog. You can also look at their key blank catalog. That's about 500 pages worth of cross-reference of Kaba Ilco key blanks. If you want to see other catalogs from Kaba Ilco, or at least from Ilco, here's one from 1950. Here's another from 1972. Okay. Key machine manuals or sales brochures are here as well. Then, of course, all the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, on and on and on. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Okay, in conclusion, this cylinder collar now, it will be ever so slightly greater than the outside diameter of the head of the cylinder. It sure won't be less. The point is that while it's not supposed to rattle on the door, you should be able to turn it. If you were to get your fingertips on that and turn it, it's supposed to turn. And that's if someone were to try to get a wrench on the head of the cylinder and spin that. You want this collar to go right with it. That's the point. You want to protect the head of the cylinder from a wrench attack, being able to spin that cylinder off, and then otherwise bypass the lock itself by getting the cylinder off the door. Okay. If you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 861C-28 cylinder collar, 3/32 of an inch in a clear aluminum anodized finish, or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.